Episode number 822, The Days I Dreamed of Being Where I Am Now.
You're listening to the official BNI podcast with BNI founder and Chief Visionary Officer, Dr. Ivan Misner. Stay tuned for networking and referral marketing tips from the man who's been called the father of modern networking, along with suggestions and insights into getting the most from your membership in the world's largest networking organization, BNI.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the official BNI podcast. I'm Priscilla Rice, and I'm coming to you from Live Oak Recording Studio in Berkeley, California, and I'm joined on the phone today by the founder and the Chief Visionary Officer of BNI, Dr. Ivan Misner. Hello, Ivan. How are you, and where are you?
Hi, Priscilla. I'm at home in Austin, and sitting in my office. To my left, I'm looking out on the 10 acres I've got and the deer, and I got some baby fawns running around out there. And on the right, I've got my swimming pool and just really enjoying my view, which is a good opening for this particular topic. The topic this week is that I remember the days I dreamed of being where I am now. And as I sit here in my office reflecting on my journey, I'm filled with gratitude and a profound sense of fulfillment. Looking back on my life, I realized the significance of remembering the days when I dreamed of being where I am. And, my story begins in a blue-collar neighborhood where financial limitations were a constant presence. I think sometimes people look at someone who's successful and just assume that they grew up with wealth or, had financial breaks as a young person. And that wasn't the case for me. Growing up in a community that faced its fair share of challenges, I often found solace in my dreams, envisioning a future that extended beyond my current circumstances at that time. And these dreams provided me with the motivation to strive for something more, to break free from the financial constraints that threatened to hold me back. When the time came for me to pursue higher education, to go to college, I was actually accepted to a private college, Occidental College in California, and I got a 50% scholarship. The problem was that, and I think I may have mentioned this in a previous podcast, the problem was that I couldn't afford the other 50%. It was beyond my family's means to pay for this, even half of a private college, plus all the living expenses and whatnot. So faced with that financial hurdle, I made the difficult decision to turn down the acceptance to this private college and enroll in a community college instead, which, those of you in the United States know that a community college is a very inexpensive college as college tuition goes. And so it was a choice driven by really practicality and the realization that I needed to find a better way to build a better future without incurring overwhelming debt. I did plan on going to graduate school, so I knew I'd go into debt, but I didn't want to go into debt, in the first 4 years of my college. So at the community college, which was Citrus College, by the way, in Southern California, and I had a great experience there. I really dedicated myself to my studies and took advantage of every opportunity that was available. And despite that initial setback of not being able to go to the college I wanted, I refused to let go of my dreams. And I nurtured my passion for learning, seeking knowledge, personal growth. And it was really during this time that I discovered my deep interest in connecting with people in relationships and networking and its vast potential to transform lives. My time at community college taught me valuable lessons in resilience, adaptability, and the importance of embracing opportunities regardless of their origin. I'm telling you this story to members because many of us go through challenging times, and it's important to think back to the vision that you had. And it's important that we hold the vision and not the obstacles throughout life. So through the dedication and the perseverance, I really built a solid foundation in business and began to establish connections and foster relationships within my community. And that led me to starting BNI. And I've talked about the BNI origin story and my Brody moment in previous podcasts. And as BNI grew, I remained steadfast in remembering the days when financial constraints threatened to derail my dreams. And listen, I hit those in BNI. I had to mortgage my house a couple of times for BNI.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know this, but almost 20 years ago, I was really close to filing bankruptcy. I was talking to bankruptcy attorneys.
Wow.
So, every business person goes through challenging times, and I was no different. And the reason I share this story is that I'm guessing you, if you're listening to this, you're no different. That you've gone through challenging times, and the key always is to hold the vision, not the obstacles. And so, this awareness fueled my desire to make business opportunities accessible to individuals from all walks of life, including those facing similar challenges to what I had. And it became my mission to create a platform where individuals could connect, support one another, and rise together regardless of their socioeconomic background. In the tapestry of life, I think it's crucial to remember the days when our dreams seemed distant due to the financial limitations or other hurdles we may be experiencing. And growing up in a blue-collar, low-income area and making the difficult decision to forego a prestigious institution in pursuit of my dreams really shaped my journey. And these experiences taught me resilience and resourcefulness and the value of seizing the opportunities wherever they arise. Now, later I did go to a prestigious university. I went to the University of Southern California. I did have some scholarships, but I went heavily in debt with student loans. But I was able to do it just in graduate school. I finished my bachelor's degree with no debt. So today, after decades of hard work and having gone to almost a decade of college and many decades of hard work, difficult choices, long hours in business, I truly remember the days that I dreamed of being where I am now. And it's also true that I thought I would be here today with the woman that helped me achieve my success. But life has led me in a different path than what I envisioned, and I'm determined to move forward with gratitude for the path that I'm on. Those of you who are listening to this, as you reflect on your journey, never forget the days when constraints threatened to limit your aspirations. Remember and embrace the dreams that emerged from humble beginnings, for they hold the power to drive you toward a brighter future. Cherish the lessons learned along the way as they cultivate the strength and determination needed to overcome obstacles. Define yourself by your successes, not your failures. I think that's an important aspect of recognizing what you've achieved and where you're at. Dream big, persevere, let your dreams guide you to remarkable heights, and remember, the days you dreamed of being where you are now are a testament to your resilience and unwavering spirit. They are the building blocks of a life well lived, inspiring others regardless of your circumstances, and believing in your dreams, whatever they may be. I'd love to hear people's thoughts on this. This message was really a very personal message, more than a lesson on networking or business. Mm-hmm. Well, it might be a lesson on business, but it's more of I think a personal lesson. And it's important for us all to recognize that we all have obstacles, and throughout life, if we can hold the vision and not the obstacles, we're likely to get to where we want to get to in life. And that's my message for today, Priscilla. Unless you have any thoughts.
That's a beautiful story, Ivan, and I think it's really inspiring for lots of people, because there's so many of us that don't have the finances to go to a fancy university, but then can afford to go to community college, and not to see that as something that's really, really negative, because there's some fantastic teachers at community college, and it's really a testament to you and where you've come from and what you've done with your life. And, so many people admire you and love you. And it's great to hear about your beginnings, your humble beginnings.
Well, thank you. It's very kind of you. And, one of the best professors I ever had in all my years of college, undergraduate, graduate school, doctoral degree, one of the best professors I ever had was at community college, was at Citrus College.
Right.
And I learned a lot. I learned a lot from him, but I also learned a lot on how to teach. And he is an inspiration to me now. I teach leadership in the MBA program at Concordia University. And I use a little bit of his style and how he taught. I use now in the classes that I teach, which I think, so I think he's been a big influence on me. So yeah, listen, I managed to get through undergraduate with no debt. Graduate school, I went into debt big time. As a matter of fact, I'll end on this one kind of funny story. Graduate school, I paid off all my loans. It took about 20 years. And by the time I paid off my loans, literally, Priscilla, I'm not kidding, I got a letter that said, congratulations, Ivan Misner, you've paid off all your student loans. 1 month later, Priscilla, I got a letter that said, congratulations, Dr. Misner, your daughter has been accepted to college. Here's your first bill.
Oh, God.
So I literally went 30 years paying college tuition because I paid off all of mine. It took me 20 years. Right. And then it took me 10 years or so to pay off my 3 kids and their college tuition, although one's gone back and is back in school. Anyway, I thought that would be a funny story.
That is fun.
We're over time. I'll turn it back over to you, Priscilla.
Okay, great, Ivan. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. We all appreciate learning all about you, so thank you. That's it for this week. This podcast is sponsored by MisnerAudioprograms.com. These audio programs will provide you with the tools and the inspiration to powerfully enhance your B&I experience. So check out the great material that's available to you at MisnerAudioprograms.com and then use the promo code IVAN50 for 50% off of everything. All of the proceeds go to the B&I Foundation. Thank you so much for listening. This is Priscilla Rice, and we look forward to having you join us again next week for another exciting episode of the official B&I podcast.